Okay, y'all, let's get into some myth busters around PMS and PMDD. The truth is, we make light of these symptoms. We downplay these symptoms. We say things like, oh, I'm just hormonal. Oh, she's just being so moody. Oh my gosh, she's just extra sensitive because it's that time of the month. We downplay these symptoms and it contributes to a lot of myths around what we're actually experiencing. And the reality of it is, our hormonal fluctuations that we're experiencing either during PMS or whether we experience PMDD symptoms are contributing to physiological and psychological shifts that make our mood significantly different, that make our physical symptoms manifest as breast tenderness or lethargy or bloating or constipation. There's nothing minimal about these symptoms. So I want to debunk 5 myths around PMS and PMDD symptoms. Myth 1 is all in your head. The truth is all in your nervous system, your neurochemistry, and your hormones. PMS and PMDD symptoms are a result of fluctuations in our hormones, namely the fluctuations in progesterone and estrogen, which usually impacts how much serotonin, how much dopamine. We have these chemicals that are known for regulating our mood and our focus. So it is not in your head. It is literally your neurochemistry, which is contributing to a shift in your hormones, and that is now impacting your mood and your day-to-day life. These shifts can change the way you feel. It can impact your mood. It can impact the ways in which you're thinking about yourself. So we call it your cognition. So it's not just in your head. There is literally shifts that are happening that's impacting how you feel and how you think week to week. Myth 2, everyone gets moody before their period. The truth of the reality, no 2 women experience these symptoms the same. Yes, it is true that about 75% of women experience PMS symptoms, and that's more common and more mild, but there is between 3 to 8% of women who experience more debilitating symptoms like PMDD, and it's not them just being moody, and they certainly aren't experiencing the symptoms in the same way. When I talk about the significant shift in how we feel, remember, PMDD can manifest as depression in terms of that emotional shift, where there's hopelessness and self-critique and either passive or active suicidality. PMDD can manifest as anxiety, where you're clinically anxious and feeling on edge and worry and consumed by that worry. PMDD can manifest as rapid mood changes, mood shifts. PMDD can manifest as intense anger and rage that lead to consistent and persistent interpersonal conflict. So no 2 women are experiencing the moodiness the same way. That is a myth. PMDD is not just PMS on steroids. It is an entirely different category that involves significant mood disturbance that include anxiety or depression or irritability, and it must be attended to by medical and clinical intervention. Myth 3, you're just being too emotional. The truth, you're being human. Sure, hormonal fluctuations can influence your emotions, but when we say things like you're being too emotional, underneath that is this dismissal, this minimization, like you just need to get over it, like it's just so easy. Just need to go about your day to day. But the truth is, you're being human and you are experiencing, though you may not have language and you may not be aware of what's happening, you're experiencing some internal dysregulation that's impacting how you think, how you feel, and your energy in your day to day. So you're not just being too emotional, which suggests you need to just get over it. You're experiencing something significant that warrants attention, and in some instances with PMDD, warrants clinical attention. Myth 4, there's nothing you can do about it. This is just your curse. This is the woman's curse. You just got to see it through. Not true. There's a lot you can do about it. When it comes to PMS, there's lifestyle shifts that you can make to alleviate or lessen the intensity of symptoms. And certainly when it comes to PMDD, there's medical interventions. For some people, there's birth control, there's SSRIs, there's different supplements that you can take that can help manage that clinical episode of mood disturbance along with the physical symptoms that you have. And so there's absolutely something you can do about it. It's not just something that you need to just get over. And myth 5, which is a common myth for Black women in particular, you just got to be strong and push through it. Not true. The reality is that strength is not what will get you through PMS or PMDD symptoms. What will get you through PMS and PMDD symptoms is understanding what type of symptoms you're experiencing, how are they impacting you, to what extent, and what are your options for alleviation and care. You do not just have to get through it. strength and being strong, and specifically the strong Black woman, is something that has been very much so embedded into our community. It's become a badge of honor. But what I love is that in the last, I would say, 2 to 5 years, we have been understanding that strength has consequences. It certainly served us at a point in time when we were fighting against, and still are fighting against, oppressive systems and discrimination and racism and all of the things. And it had its function, but a strength overused becomes a weakness. And so we have to be able to tap into our humanity, our vulnerability, and be able to say these symptoms are severe and intense. And me acknowledging that is not a knock on my humanity, a knock on my womanhood, or even a knock on my strength. So that myth about we just got to be strong and push through is just that. It is a myth. And so, what if instead of buying into these myths, we actually debunked them and understood that our cycles are not liabilities? They are indicators and shifts in our hormones and our health in some instances. If we could get into that and buy into that and take this education and be aware of what symptoms we're experiencing, what intensity we're experiencing these symptoms, and to what degree they are impacting us, and we stop minimizing and downplaying and making fun of and making light of and trying to just push through, we could get the support and the care we need, and we could be better. Y'all stay tuned for the next episode of Mental Health in Our Community.